is Cipriani, and I'm an associate professor of bioengineering at Scuola Sant'Anna in Pisa, in Italy. I got my master degree in electrical engineering from the University of Pisa in 2004, and my PhD in biorobotics in 2008. I became an assistant professor in 2011, no, before, 2008, yeah. And my research focus is on artificial hands, and especially artificial prosthesis, so upper limb prosthetics. So this is what I do. During my master thesis, I worked on the development of a system to move precisely the electron beam of a microscope for lithography, and that was actually what I was trained for, so electrical engineering. After that, working on hands was, I would say, an opportunity, a random situation. I mean, I didn't mean to end up there, but I ended up in a different context, which of course I like. How did it happen? Basically, when I got my degree in 2004, a new school was opening in my city, which is Lucca, and this new institute had this PhD program in biorobotics. So I applied and I got the position, and it turned out that this program was hosted by Scuola Sant'Anna as well. So I started working on projects of Scuola Sant'Anna, and that's why I work on artificial hands right now. We face a lot of challenges every day, which range from developing new sensors or mechanisms to having our administration paying the bills on time. So it's a public institution, so there are also these problems. Okay? So also dealing with companies, being a public entity in Italy is not so simple. I know you wouldn't expect this answer. Anyway, one of our biggest technical challenge, I guess, at the beginning was to miniaturize the hand we were working on. So at the beginning the hand was quite big, not the hand itself, but the actuation system and the electronics. So the biggest challenge was to make it small, make it integrated in the size of a real hand. The second biggest challenge, I guess, was to understand which sensors to embed. At the beginning we had a lot of sensors in the hand, tactile sensors and proprioceptive sensors. It was tough to understand how to get rid of those, because the more sensors you have, the more information you put into the system, and the more you can use it. However, the more sensors you have, the less robust the system becomes. So because wires break and all these kind of issues. So one of the challenges was actually to get rid of those sensors and to understand which were the important ones, at least which we believe are important. What's next? The nice thing of this area is that it's so vast, it's so huge, it's cross-disciplinary, and there are so many things to do. So we can work on many projects which all deal with the hand, but are of different backgrounds. For example, we can work on neuroscientific projects, or questioning ourselves neuroscientific questions, or we can work on more robotic projects, or more human-machine interface projects. So right now all of our projects deal with hands. So for example, right now we're developing a wrist, an elbow, a robotic wrist and elbow, but we're also working on sensory feedback interfaces, non-invasive sensory feedback devices. I guess we would stay in these lines for a while, because there's so many things that we can do. Okay, so there are several steps of what people can get in the next years. If we think about bionic prosthesis, with neural control, with implants, so the things that we see on movies and cyborgs, that kind of stuff. Then I think we still have to wait for some years, maybe 5 to 10, in a realistic manner, because all the implantable part is still being developed, and it's also not so easy to do research on that part, because to do so on humans you need to do surgery, you need patients that offer themselves to take part of this experimentation and give you their time and so on. So for that, I guess we need to wait for a while. For simpler technologies, like wearable technologies, I guess the things are changing right now, and I guess they already provided, they already started selling and making available to prosthetists control systems which are based on advanced machine learning techniques, so pattern recognition. So this is something already available. And since 2007, it's possible to buy dexterous hands with multiple fingers. So all of this became reality in the past 10 years. To go to the next step of artificial hands, which can be better perceived and better controlled, I guess that the first step we can see is going to be in 5 years, where we can have simple wearable technologies controlling lightweight and nice looking robotic hands. We collaborate with the National Association of Injured on Work. Okay, so people that got injured at work, and we have many patients, many collaborators in the neighborhood, more than 10, that we involve in experiments. So all of these experiments, of course, are very safe experiments, so not dealing with surgery and stuff like that. So we test with them, we test novel feedback systems or novel control systems or novel hands, stuff that you don't need a surgeon basically. For more complex procedures where you need a surgeon, the thing becomes more tough, and of course we need to collaborate with medical doctors, and we do so with doctors in Rome. And there the screening procedure is longer because you need special people. Okay, you cannot just have the first one that will offer, because you want somebody that understands what they're doing, have enough time, and understand that what they are trying might not be available for them right now. So you need special people. So this is the main thing. But we've never had problems in recruiting volunteers. So I worked, and I'm still working with Chiara Carrozza. She was my advisor during my PhD, and she was very important for my training. Of course, I worked with her in tight relationships for at least 6 or 7 years. Then I found my way to do things independently, but I owe to her basically how I am today. So my research lines and my personal attitudes, which are even more important than technical skills and scientific issues. The difference is very simple. So Smart Hand and Safe Hand were two projects dealing with artificial hands. First one funded by the European Commission, Smart Hand. The second one funded by the Italian Ministry of Research and Education and University. So the first was very big, the second one was very small. So we sort of found synergies, and they were both on artificial hands development. So we found synergies to basically give to the Italian project what we could take from the European one, just to say it in a good way. Now Bioengineering Touch was a project on tactile sensors, artificial tactile sensors, and it was a little bit different. So yeah, that was the main difference. It was very focused on tactile sensors and fingertips. Very different. Yeah. I've been lucky enough to have fundings for our research till now, and we still run projects. So I've been lucky, and we've worked for that. So this is the main thing. So you're not just lucky. So you need to apply to competitive programs. You need to apply to, basically you need to apply to all of those. And then when you apply to all of those and you're good enough, you will find some of them that will finance your research. Right now, for example, we got a big grant from INAIL, which is the National Workers' Compensation Institute in Italy, which granted us 1.7 million to develop partial prosthesis, partial hand prosthesis, so fingers. That's good money, and of course we need to deliver what we promised, but we never had big troubles yet. So actually, Princilia was funded soon after I got my PhD. I never thought about funding a company before, and nobody really pushed me. We had the chance to do it, basically. We had myself and my colleague Marco Controzzi. I know we do everything for, randomly. we like to pick up opportunities. We don't close doors, but if one open, we go in. So this was the same for Princilia. Myself and my colleague Marco Controzzi, at some point we had enough knowledge to make something on our own, basically. And to open a small, at that time it was very small, private company, to make available to other universities what Scuola Sant'Anna had been doing for 20 years. So we took the opportunity. So in this field, I understood that there's not negative competition, meaning people do not fight to be the first one demonstrating something. I guess for the main reason is because it's we are facing very big challenges. So we all know that if we manage, it's going to be a great success. But if not, we're facing the big challenge, right? So I think this is why there's not negative competition, and people working in this area, they actually collaborate a lot. So we collaborate. I've been collaborating basically with all the main actors in my field, and we do it very frequently. I mean, it's really normal to collaborate with competitors, because they're not competitors, they are collaborators.